Okay, this is take two. I'll turn the music down. We'll pray to the internet gods. Yeah, here I come. Okay, take two. Thank you. Okay, I'll turn the music down there. Yeah, good to have you as we gather the troops here and pray to the internet gods for good connection. And as I started to say, as I get an education in what copyright means on the internet, so I'll leave the music, shorten that a little bit there, yeah? Anyway, this is my, every other night, little program here, my rant. I call it Spirit Talks, and my name is Lou Martin, and I'm a channel. And so this is my chance to have a way to connect with people and talk about the things that I love, yeah? And we're off to a roaring start here. Where am I beginning? Okay. Leave that out. Okay, let that go. So, all right. Barbara's here. Shannon's here. I think I'm here. Let's see. Some good things to talk about today, as always. Thank God. Excitement out in the big world. Yeah. Where is it? It's the 23rd today of August. And this is what? Tuesday night. La 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 la. Okay, as people gather here. Usually I take, 5 minutes and play a song, but as I said, Facebook has me a little cautious about that, so I'm just going to plunge ahead here. Here's some quotes to get us started while we gather together, yeah? Muji, thought by itself has no power. It is only your belief that gives it life. It is only your belief in a thought that gives it life. So I want to talk about the power of belief again, yeah? And crop circles, Jill Stein. Let's see, I'll just go over my my possible topics here. The Dakota pipeline protest, evidently it started in April. I was just learning this tonight. And you know that this oil company wants to build this 1,200-mile pipeline across sacred Indian land that basically the government, gave to the Indians, and it's meant to be theirs, and it's also sacred land to them. So it's a bit of a struggle there. Yeah, hi Tina. And it's a real battle. It's again what my guides call the clash of the paradigms. And today's chapter is the government. It's blazing hot out there, and the government has pulled the water trucks and the water supply away from the people. So they continue to need our prayers and support. Leonardo DiCaprio, who we all know is a passionate environmentalist, as well as being a fine actor and a great guy. So he has also stepped up to support this good cause. So that, again, is something we can keep in our thoughts and prayers here. Tuesday night. It's maybe not a great night for a long chat. We'll see how we go here. If you live in Ireland, Lorna Byrne and Mike Dooley are going to be giving a class in Dublin tomorrow, and you can track that down if you follow the links on my main Facebook page. And Lorna, many of you may be familiar with Lorna. Lorna will be one of my features here for tonight. Let's get into the spirit of things, yeah? Spirit talk. Lorna is truly gifted. She's written 3 or 4 books at this point. She's Irish. She was born in Dublin. And she's been seeing angels her whole life. Ever since she was an infant, there was never a time in her life when she was not seeing angels as clearly as we see anything in this world. So that's an extraordinary gift. Of course, all gifts come with their challenges. Because Lorna, as a child, would talk to invisible beings and talk to the air, the doctors and her parents all thought she was, a little lightheaded there, a little cuckoo. And so they actually put her in special education, and she grew up quite self-conscious as a child about feeling so different and being treated so differently. She didn't understand it. And hi Candy. And Brenda's here. There we go. And talking about Lorna Byrne, the angel channel, or angel seer, if you could, messenger of the angels. Lorna, who grew up in Dublin here in Ireland, she's giving a workshop tomorrow with Mike Dooley. She had her challenges in life. She was special ed, as I say, and she's very dyslexic. So fast forward to when she was told by her angels that it was time for her to write a book about this. As I say, I think she's got 4 or 5 now. And she said there's no way she could do it because she's too dyslexic. And so anyway, the angels figured out a way to help her write her book. And it is I've read the first 2 books. They're both wonderful. Recommend them to you. Angels in My Hair is the first one, and Stairway to Heaven is the second one. And basically, the first book is about her life and her growing up and her experience with the angels. And then the second book is about her experience as a teacher in the world. Helping the rest of us who don't necessarily see the angels, but want to believe in a loving higher power, want to believe in God. God got us all that is, yeah. So she helps people to do that. And I had the great pleasure of meeting her at a book signing in Cork several years ago with a friend, and she was very, very accurate, of course, about what was important at that time. And so Lorna Byrne, Angels in My Hair, workshop with Mike Dooley in Dublin. I want to mention here also, as I'm talking about Ireland for a change, that my friend May Hall, whose last name is too Irish for me to attempt it, but he has a great site called the Health Zone, and he does interviews, and he's interviewed Mike Dooley last week, healthzone.com, and he's interviewed Lorna this week. So you get to hear both of them, and I haven't heard Lorna's interview yet, but his chat with Mike Dooley was great. Mike Dooley, of course, was came up out in the world through The Secret, and then he has his website and his email thing. He puts out an inspired message, a channeled message, I would say, from Spirit every day, and it's called Totally Unique Things, I believe. Thoughts, yeah, TUT anyway. Totally Unique Things. Yes, let's go with that. Yeah, la 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 la. See, I have to have the music at the beginning to really shift into that gear in my head. So I'm working on finding it without so much of the music tonight. So Lorna Byrne, Mike Dooley in Dublin tomorrow. If you can, definitely go see them. Otherwise, check them out on Health Zone or check out their books. And so I wanted to finish with Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley, was basically metaphysical, and then he started to really study more about spirituality and the afterlife and got into the angels, and that's how he and Lorna have gotten together. Mike's most recent book, I believe, is 10 Things That Dead People Want You to Know, or something equally poetic. Anyway, Mike's got a great sense of humor. and he's well worth knowing about. Yeah. Okay. The other link I have here, this is all on my Lou Martin Facebook page, so you can find all of this. I posted it before I got on tonight. There's this wonderful website called Spirit Science, and I used to know this chap's name. It escapes me right now, but I haven't seen any new postings from him for a while. Maybe I've just been out of the vibration there, but anyway, he's come back in because you know, I've been talking about James Redfield and the Celestine prophecy, and he's done, Spirit Science has done a you know, a brief synopsis of the Celestine prophecy, of all the insights. There are, I believe, 9 insights in the first book, and so you can get that from him. It's on YouTube. But the link I have here, I have both of them actually. But the link I just put up is The Power of the Heart, and I just heard the introduction to this. But as you've all heard me say many times, the journey of spiritual awakening is to you know, that the heart knows what the mind struggles to believe. The journey of awakening is to open the heart. And in my own awakening, you know, in meditation 30 years ago, I've talked about, that all happened through the opening of my heart. So that's, again, my desire and intention here to focus on how we can listen to, trust, and follow our inner guidance, how we can work with the power of our heart. And the heart is, of course, the you know, this doorway basically for soul and spirit, you know, and higher self to come through us. So definitely want to check out this video on the power of the heart. Then I thought, well, it's high time that I start talking about Abraham and Esther and Jerry Hicks. Here's my, so I've got, they have a wonderful, I used to have the poster here. They had there's like a 2-hour documentary. You can find it on YouTube out there, with interview with Esther and Jerry, and then we have the interview with Abraham, who is Esther's spirit guide. And I've just got the first half hour here as a clip. And again, I'm a bit cautious about copyright, so I'm not going to even play that at you here, because I think like if this is a radio station, it's fine for me to play Leonard Cohen's songs, but since this is a video and I post the video after I'm duplicating the image or the information or whatever, then that's where it crosses the line. Like I say, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. If you have more information about how copyright works on posting videos on the internet, feel free to send it to me. But we'll get the job done anyway, either way. Here is Abraham. The basis of life is freedom. The purpose of life is joy. And here's what I wrote this evening. Abraham, the spirit guide who is channeled by Esther Hicks, is easily one of the clearest and most inspiring guides and teachers in the world today. I have been studying their work for at least the last 15 years, certainly with the publication of Ask and It's Given and their role in the film The Secret. They have gained a worldwide audience, well worth continued study and the time to let the message really awaken you to source within. So many of you who would listen to me either now or in the future here, I'm sure you know about Abraham and Esther Hicks, but let me just give you some of my experience with studying the law of attraction and listening to Abraham. I also got to see them in person at Agape for a workshop, so that was about 10 plus years ago. And the thing I want to say here, I guess, about all of this, angels, Abraham, you know, working with the heart, is, you know, again, I really want to sincerely thank you for taking time and making space so that we can, you know, share this energy here together. Because it really is kind of an altered state for me when I really get into it, and that's what the channeling is also. You know, the whole thing about channeling, the whole gift about channeling and working with channel material is, you know, it's higher vibration, of course. Excuse me. It opens your heart, and basically, it's the wisdom of your higher self, the angels, the masters, source, God, goddess, all that is, etc., etc., that, honestly, humanity has been searching for and, struggling without for a long, long time. And as I say, I have dear friends who are, Christian and very kind of fundamentalist Christian, what we would say in the States, lovely people, and I go to their meetings every week or so, and I get a lot out of it. The clip I was just hearing here from Abraham was a gentleman asking Abraham about Jesus and why he was special. And, Abraham basically says, of course, yes, he's special and all of you are special. And, there's nothing in our brother Jesus, as he said many times, every time he opened his mouth. Yeah, we'll just get into this for a second. That isn't in all of us. And of course, I know that that's true as well. So the Bible is great. Jesus is great. Whatever. Truly, that's inspiring. But so are a lot of the channels like Abraham that have come into our life in the last few years. I also want to say before I forget that if you're in Cork, that Cryon, Lee Carroll, is doing a live event, which is also very rare. I just want to make sure I say this tonight. And that happens on September 4th. So at the May something hotel, Marlborough Hotel or something like that in Cork. Anyway, you can find that online as well. There's still tickets on sale for that. So there's a lot going on in the big world, and there's a lot more openness and receptivity about channeling and channeled information. And another link that I put on here, I'll come back to Abraham in a second because I can just go on and on about Abraham. They're such a joy. I just want to go down my list here, so I mention all this while it's in my mind. I had an interview with a friend of mine here in my space on Saturday, and it's on video, and the first 10 minutes of that are also on the page there. So his name is Fabio, and he's done a fine job shooting and asking the questions and all that. So I hope you enjoy that, and feel free to share that as you like. Yeah. So again. When we, focus on the teachings of spirit guides like Abraham, we're really in a state. We're really kind of in an altered state, and that's a cultivated practice. Yeah. Last time I was talking about transcendence, and you've heard me say. Information, inspiration, transformation. My guides also say activation, integration, manifestation. A lot of the Lazarus talks about desire, imagination, expectation. A lot of the processes and a lot of the procedures, tools, techniques, have to do with threes. 3 being a very powerful number, beginning, middle, and end, etc. Okay. So why am I going on about that? So Abraham is, you ask, this is their 3, there we go. You ask, Source says yes, because Source is unconditional. Source is perfect, whole, and complete. Source is all good and every good thing and all good and every good feeling. That's our connection to Source. And so anything that moves us in that direction, anything that raises our emotional vibration, raises us up the emotional scale, that's moving us back into alignment with Source. Okay, and so. The basis of life is freedom. The purpose of life is joy. That's pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. Lazarus says a similar thing, that we're here with 2 purposes, to learn to have fun and to consciously create success. And when Jerry was still around, Esther's partner, he's passed on the last couple years, but for probably about, I just want to say this as well, 20 years or so, maybe longer, when Abraham started really coming through Esther, and she was confident about sharing this message, the 2 of them they would get in this big bus, this is where I'm going, they would get in this huge monster bus, they called it, and they would travel all over the States, and they would do like 50 workshops a year. I mean, these people have been truly dedicated to their path. Did they make a nice living? Yes, they made a nice living. Have they helped millions of people? Yes, they've helped millions of people, and they've made a nice living doing it. What a great concept. So, but what I want to get to is what they would have on the back of their bus is Abraham's quote, "This is supposed to be fun," or their quote of Abraham. So it's just important to remember that, when we get overwhelmed by the drama and the uncertainty of the world, and of course the news is always the drumbeat of chaos and conflict and all this kind of thing. Abraham says, pet the cat, take a nap, go for a walk, put on a meditation, go to sleep, wake up and start all over again, etc. So we ask, Source says yes, then we learn to receive, right? That's step 3. Let me come back to that. So they're saying what my guides say, what all the guides say, that in this time of shifting again here from the 3rd dimension, duality, into the 4th and 5th dimension of synchronicity, that the dominant focus that we put out there emotionally, that's what comes into our experience more often than anything else. And so when you start to really understand this and really celebrate this, and know that you're free to choose in any given moment what you want to focus on, and your inner self, your connection to Source, will tell you how it feels about that. It's going to be a great day. Source says, yeah, that's wonderful. I don't have enough money. Source says, no, I don't agree with you. I'm not in that. I love my life. Yes, life is a gift. You're wonderful. This is hard and uncomfortable. No. Source, the energy drops again. No, you forgot who you are. You forgot what it's about. So, it's simple, but it's not easy. But it gets easier with practice. And so it's understanding that how we feel is actually more important than what we're thinking. And so we, as I've said, put the needle on the song you want to listen to. The focus is to find the thoughts that help me to feel the feelings that I want to feel. So again, thank you. There we go, full circle. So that comes back to meditation, that I clear my mind, that I quiet my mind, that I open my heart, that my heart then becomes a doorway for spirit that is not asserting itself, not intruding on my free will, but responds by corresponding to that which in me, which is also spirit's nature. This is Michael Beckwith, and Ernest Holmes. So what I want to create, what I want to expect, what I want to manifest, what I want to experience, what I want to call forward, I'm speaking that now, I'm in that vibration now, I'm calling that forth now. As you align to that, as you accept that life is good, that life is a gift, that everything works together for good, that's one of Abraham's great affirmations, etc., that all of this is for a purpose, that I'm enough, there is enough, that this is in good working order, that the world is infinitely creative, that the earth is a sacred and a powerful resource that can and does take care of itself and take care of us, that we are here to take care of the earth, that we live in a vibration and a life of mutual respect, of love, of kindness, of admiration, etc., etc. You can hear the vibration of all those things as I say them, I think, It feels good, and it feels good to feel good. There's another Abraham affirmation, So it's not so tough. It's not so complicated. What is the great challenge of living the law of attraction and living Abraham's life is all those other people in our lives who don't get it, who aren't open to it, who don't have the same agenda that we have, and we keep. Abraham says when you how do we put this here, Abraham? When you're in the higher vibration, you'll stay there unless you meet somebody who isn't in a high vibration, and you come down to them to try to explain to them where they're at, how you're in this different space. However, again, this is my passion and desire in my life and with you here and now. If I can help to pull you up, or I can show you that there's a way for you to raise yourself, that Source through you is infinitely creative and endlessly loving and all-powerful, then, as they say, it's like a cork, underneath the surface of the water. When we come back to our true nature, we come back to this flow of energy, this flow of life, this flow of, being in harmony. Harmony and balance with what we want. Okay, so you know what you want, you know how to feel good, you're in harmony and balance with what you want, then what? Then you know, as Bashar says, and Abraham would say the same thing, then you find what you're most excited about, and you do that until the excitement wears off, and then you find the next thing you're most excited about. And like, honestly, my friends, you know, sometimes when I'm working on manifesting sessions, you know, paying a bill, paying the rent, etc., and I've done everything that I can, you know, feel inspired to do, and I don't want to act, please God, from desperation, you know, because that's not so attractive, yeah, or successful, or the point. So I'll just sit and I'll go, isn't this great? And that was great. And the post was great today. And, you know, the weather is nice. And I've got groceries in the house. And, you know, that was a wonderful session I had this morning. And that's a great conversation. And I'm so grateful for the people in my life. And, you know, she's doing good and he's doing well. You know, this kind of thing, you know. You talk yourself into it, you know, or you, Abraham does these rampages. This is what I really want to talk about. You know, Abraham will say, people will say when they're in the hot seat, sitting there with the Q&A, you know, so Abraham, do a rampage for me about money, or do a rampage for me about love, or do a rampage for me about source. And so, you know, Abraham will say, you know, we'll start with some positive statement, and then just keep going on that and going on that and going on that. And you can hear those. If you Google Rampage Abraham, you'll find, you know, a million wonderful little clips. The great thing about Abraham is they have to be the most popular channel on the planet. There's no doubt about that. And because of that, not only their own material, but because they do the workshops, people subscribe to the audio, and they put the audio onto YouTube, and they put beautiful images and music and intros and outros and all that there. So, you know, again, my dear Arancha, you know, she'll listen to like 4 Abrahams, you know, in the morning to start her day. If I'm going through a rough patch, I will burn through some Abrahams, you know. I will let myself, you know, you know, oh yeah, have a laugh, relax. Take a breath, you know, see it differently. Let go of my attachment to the separation, the struggle, the whatever, you know. So you just put that energy on, and it will really move you in that direction. Okay, so rampages, videos, the great books, the interviews, all of that, those are great resources that are out there. If you can go, if you have gone, you know, to a personal event with Esther and Abraham, it's a powerful experience. If you go to see Lee Carroll and cry on, it's a powerful experience. So again, why is that? Because there's something in all of us, you know, that wants to lift us up, that wants to raise our vibration, that wants to, you know, enlighten us, inspire us, heal us, etc., etc. God's will for us is always only good. So Abraham is a great resource to know about. Probably a lot of you already do know, and I'm just you know, giving you a little review here. But they have been such a huge inspiration to me, and such a great you know, and Esther's commitment to her spiritual work is just absolute and total. When her partner Jerry passed away, you know, a lot of people went, wow, hey, you know, Jerry died, you know, this Abraham stuff, I'm not so sure it's really, you know, what's the deal with that? Why is Jerry dying, you know, getting sick and dying? Well, you know, we're all going to do that, boys and girls, of course. And Abraham says, you know, he was ready to expand into the next step on his journey. But of course, you know, Esther was profoundly challenged, yeah, by all of this, and you know, had to deal with her own personal grief. And then I've just heard Abraham say recently that Esther has now come into alignment. This is Abraham's phrase of being aligned to source within us, come into alignment. Since Jerry's passing, this gets back to the power of grief, the healing power of grief. This gets, you know, that she had never imagined was possible before. And gosh, I've been talking a lot yesterday. Actually, I did a great session with a friend here about codependence. I have time for that, yeah. And you know, and also my dear friend Heather as well. Laura yesterday and Heather today. What are we talking about? Yeah, I was saying that that relationship is the great challenge for all of us in this lifetime, because the old rules are not so helpful sometimes, and the new rules are still being written. We're the ones writing the new rules about relationship and how to live in the world. So here's a little point that I just want to make about spirituality, metaphysics, working with source within you, working with your spirit guide, opening your heart, listening, trusting, following, taking time for peace, all these kinds of things. That codependence is, when talk about the mismatch here again. Here's the way my guides put it, simply. My guides say healthy relationships. This will all make sense here, yeah? I trust. Healthy relationships are when we make clear agreements, when we keep our word, as Don Miguel Ruiz was saying again, be impeccable with your word. When we can't keep our word or keep our agreements, that we communicate that, and that we renegotiate, and that we make a new agreement. Okay, that's a healthy relationship. My guides, we have this very simple technique called make a new agreement. And their statement is, whatever I say, their suggestion is whatever we say and whatever we put out, that's what we're empowering, that's what we're focusing on, that's what we're asking for, etc., etc. If I want to change what I've asked for, or let go of an old agreement, like there isn't enough, I'm not enough, whatever, codependence, addiction, that's what I want to just speak about in passing here. If I want to make a new agreement with myself, with Spirit, I just say, what is the new agreement? I am creating loving relationships with myself and everyone in my life. I take a deep breath. I let it be, and so it is. So that's, so I'm rambling here a bit, but I'm just giving you everything that passes through my head here in the time that I have. So it's real simple. I speak what I want, how to make a new agreement. I speak what I want, I take a deep breath, and I breathe it out. And see, every time we breathe in, this is from Oren, I've said this before, this is one of the great insights. Every time I breathe in, I'm breathing into Spirit, to be inspired, to inspire, to expire. Spirit, all of that is breath, life, right? So when I take a deep breath, which I have people do all the time, I'm going up to Spirit, I'm going back to God, I'm going back to heaven, I'm going to the higher dimensions in that way. When I breathe it out through me, through my heart and my body, that's what's going into my field. So I'm saying here, if you're going through a tough time and you really need to shift things, or you want to just speed things up, or you're excited about all this, the power of this, the promise of this, the hope of this, it's pretty simple. You just 17, 34, 68 seconds is what Abraham says. You find what you want to focus on, what your new agreement is, what your desire is. You focus on that. The best way I know to do that is either in meditation or in affirmative prayer, as I just expressed it there. So there is enough, I am enough, all is well for us. We live in a safe, loving, and abundant universe. Source supports us at every turn. It's easy to let go of anything that interferes with that. It's easy to be in alignment with Source's will for you and I. We're creating a beautiful bubble of light right here and now. Everything works together for good. I'm delighted and amazed to see how things work together for good. I'm grateful and thankful. I let it be. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Boom. Done. And sometimes, I'll do that 2 or 3 times during the day. Sometimes I'll do meditations 2 or 3 times during the day. So it's, it's patience, practice, and persistence, as my guides say. But basically, the key of it is finding that shift into a higher feeling vibration, and affirming that, asserting that, owning that, claiming that. Yeah, accepting that, all right, all that, you get that. So that was, let's say, 17 to 34 seconds. If we keep doing that for even longer than that, then it speeds it up even more. Then the secret is, after you've done your inner work, your manifesting work, your intentional work, your conscious prayer, all of that, then don't worry about it. You see, you won't probably for a while, because you're in this higher state, this connected state, yeah? And so you'll just kind of be dancing with life, yeah, in the way that you feel guided to do. So listening to your inner guidance, trusting what you're inspired to do, what you're inspired to say. You know, how do you open to channel, my friends? You just seen me do it a couple times. I just let it come through me. I just relax into it. I just open up to it and say, you know, this is what I feel. This is what I want. This is what I'm about. Here I am. Here I go, etc., etc. So, you know, turn down the mind, turn up the heart, basically, is the key of it. And then just have fun with it. That's, yeah, really happy to emphasize this here tonight as well. If the basis of life is freedom and the purpose of life is joy, and let's say it is, if we have two focuses, one is to have fun and the other is to consciously create success, then, you know, how hard can it be, everybody? But again, all right, so how do you deal with other people? How do you deal with, you know, contrast in the world? All of that. Was talking about this today. It's the more you have this bubble of light around you from meditation, prayer, doing inspired things, seeking to be of service to the world. Again, thank you for allowing me to be of service to you in this way. That's a great gift to me on my little path here, and I hope it serves you as well, of course. You know, the more we do those things that are inspiring and empowering and uplifting, the more life carries us, you know, and I really want to shout that from the rooftops. It's happened again, you know, every day. You know, problems get solved, crisis gets resolved, situations heal, resources show up, synchronicity happens, you know, out of the blue in the way you least expect, better than you've imagined possible, revealing your true nature. This is how my guides describe when we're working in alignment with who we really are, when we're working in alignment with Source through us. It's elegant, it's pretty effortless, and it's better than we imagine. So that's a miracle. That's manifesting. That's staying in the groove. So how do we handle other people that aren't into this stuff or don't want this stuff and all that other stuff? Hopefully, the way that Spirit handles us, with kindness and compassion. Not hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we handle people the way that Spirit does really handle us, with kindness and compassion. And if you doubt that, we need to talk about that at some point here. Yeah, are there confused spirits, dark spirits, evil spirits, demons, blah, 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 all of that? Yes, there are all of those things. Abraham was once asked, here's another great quote, if Satan and Santa, if either of those were real. And Abraham said, yes, and you've made both of them. So think on that, my friends, yeah? Life is a gift. It opens from within. You can have it as good as you want it to be. This is really the calling. So while the world is churning and twirling and stumbling and fumbling, somebody gets to be happy on this planet. Any volunteers? Yes, thank you. I thought so. Yeah, and you know, you'll connect with, just as this crazy thing is happening here with me and you, you'll meet and connect with like-minded people, and you know, you'll look back and go, wow, that was pretty amazing that happened. But it only happens, and it always happens, if we're open to receive it. I love Michael Beckwith's statement about manifesting here, where he says, you don't make it happen, you make it welcome. Isn't that a good one? And so, you know, and my guides say the same thing about all of this. They say you have to, they don't use have to lightly or casually here, but you have to own it in yourself before life can give it to you. You know, and that's the leap of faith. That's the paradox. And for other people, God loved them, you know, and for us at other times, you know, that's, you know, we're cynical, we're wounded, we're disappointed, we're frustrated, we're frightened, we're angry. None of that is going to land anywhere. As we're talking with somebody about this today, and we're both, another teacher, a dear friend, and, you know, we're both saying, you know, honestly, it's just a waste of breath at this point to tell people anything that they're not really open and receptive to hear. Otherwise, honestly, what's going on in my own mind is usually much more interesting than what's going on in the outer world, except for moments like this when, you know, things really line up, when there's really this great connection. Yeah. So, yeah. love and compassion, if you give that, you know, as Jesus says, pray for your enemies because you have none. Yeah, and forgive because you're the one carrying the burden of that judgment and that debt and indebtedness and doubt and all of that. So keep coming back. Oh, I was finished the story about Abraham and Jesus here. So Abraham says, yeah, Jesus was special. You're all special. And, you know, then they quoted, it wasn't this one, but it's the same idea. The things that I've done, you will do, and greater things will you do. What they actually did say is they said the great irony of Jesus' life and the influence that that has had on the world is that sadly most people focus on his crucifixion and his death, which Abraham said was the one day that he was out of the vortex. Make of that whatever you like. It doesn't matter to me. It rings true to me. And they said the rest of his life, you know, was really spent living in the vortex. And so that's why he was able to do what he does, and that's why we're able to do what we're learning to do. And I am firmly and fully convinced that this is the second coming of the Christ consciousness in this lifetime. So, and the rise of the divine feminine and the star seeds and all the rest of it. So, you know, shine your light and share your love. Do your thing. You know, it's a glorious time to be alive. So for people that just joined me, let me just go one more time down my little list here so you kind of know what's going on, because some of this is time sensitive. Lorna Byrne, the Angel Guide, and Mike Dooley are in Dublin tomorrow, August 24th, doing a class, and she's extraordinary, and he's very inspiring as well, so I recommend them to you. And as I said, Lee Carroll is channeling Cryon in Cork on September the 4th. And I have up here Spirit Science, who does these brilliant animations. The one I have is The Power of the Heart. And then I'm talking about Abraham and living the law of attraction. Yeah? How good can you stand it? That's what my guides ask. Yeah? All right. We're getting there. Yeah? So, yeah, thank you, everyone, thank you. Let's do a little channeling and wrap it up with a bow. So here's my commercial. Yes, commercial time. Yes, quick and painless. I am supported by doing sessions with people. I do channeled readings with you all, and they're by Skype, and they're by PayPal, and I send you the session via Dropbox. So it's quick, easy, fun, and life-changing, and I love to do it. And so check that out at loumartin.eu, and the same there for our ebook, The Invitation, which exists right now, is in constant re-editing and being added onto, and very happy with that stuff. Excuse me. A big shout out to Brenda Garcia, who's publicizing these videos so amazingly, and doing a great job on the book and the postings, and a big shout out to Arantxa Garcia, not related. My two assistants out there. Arantxa's in Spain, and Brenda's in California. Brenda's about to have a little break and go to Colorado. Go well, and Arantxa's just finishing her holiday, so that's good timing for me with all of this. See, life is full of miracles. Yeah, so on we go. And thank you all, yeah, for supporting me and listening to what I have to say and sharing these videos. And you're also welcome. Yes, Arantxa suggested this, so I'll keep this going. You're also welcome if you'd like to make a donation to me and what I do here, and you can send that to my PayPal at lightheart2012@gmail.com. And then don't forget about Spirit Talks, Lou Martin on Facebook. That's our community page. And then we have Awakened Spirits Network, which is where I always create the posts for these videos. And so there's about 500 people on there, and it's meant to be a space for teachers and classes and all of that, both locally in Ireland and around the world. And you're invited to that. And yeah, then my Facebook page, I have about 600 followers at this point, so that's great. And my YouTube channel, where these videos will all eventually wind up, and that's just under my name. Okay, so let's do some light work, yeah? Thank you very much. Here we go, a little channeling to finish up. Go ahead and close your eyes, take a deep breath. I'll turn off my noisier computer. There we go. Right. All right, dear friends. Yeah, what a pleasure. Here comes, dear friends. Yeah, here comes the energy of your spirit to come and work with you and to come and, tune you in and turn you up, dear friends. Tuned in, turned on, tapped in, all of that good Abraham energy, dear friends. Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, here we go. So, dear friends, imagine 7 stars spiral down through time and space, touch the crown of your head as you take a nice deep breath. And dear friends, just like water flowing down a spiral waterfall, let these energies come down your 7 centers, your chakra centers, crown, third eye, throat, heart center. Take a deep breath. You might put a hand to the heart, dear friends, yeah, or 2 if you like, whatever, and to just focus your energy on your heart. I am enough, there is enough, God is enough, and all is well. I am enough, there is enough, God is enough, and all is well. I am enough, there is enough, God is more than enough, and all is well. Take a deep breath. Dear friends, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all that is, down the 3 lower centers, will center, sexual center, root. Dear friends, the hips, the legs, the feet. Let this beautiful energy flow like water down, sparkly, twinkly, starlight water, down through all the 7 centers, down into Mother Earth, dear friends. Yeah, purify, clarify. Intensify, dear friends, your conscious awareness of yourself as a spiritual being. I am a spiritual being, having a human experience. I've come to this world to do a mighty work, to be a part of a great dream, a great program, a great change upon the earth here, to assist myself and humanity to awaken to the unlimited and unconditional nature of my soul and spirit as me. I know that I truly am safe, loved, and supported. And I call forth my guides, teachers, and friends to surround and support me here and now, and to turn up their energy so that I might feel their presence and open to them even more deeply. I let it be. Dear friends, take a deep breath. And let the energy of spirit just step into you right here and now, dear friends. Yeah, in peace, in love, in harmony, in balance. Yeah. Dear friends, let's work with the energy of knowing your worth. Dear friends, deservability, to know truly, dear friends, that you as a spiritual being have the power and you have the ability, the free will, to choose exactly the nature of the kind of reality you personally and globally want to create and to experience. Take a deep breath. So in this moment, we with you, you with us as one, dear friends. We align to the highest vision of your future, that you're moving even now, dear friends, into a fuller experience of knowing and honoring your worth. And dear friends, by that we call forth the energy of the words sacred and sovereign. That you allow your vibration, your spirit body, your emotional, physical, and mental body to align to these 2 energies, to these 2 words, dear friends. I am sacred. Take a deep breath. Feel that. Absorb that. Open to that. What does that word mean to you in this moment? I am sacred. I am sacred. I am sacred. Take another deep breath. And dear friends, I am sovereign. Take a breath into that. I am sovereign, I am sovereign, I am sovereign. Take a deep breath. Dear friends, the sacred is the feminine. The love, the value, the worth, the beauty. Dear friends. The creativity. The inspiration, dear friends. The depth of feeling. The knowing, the beingness, dear friends. I am sacred, I am sacred, I am sacred. Take a deep breath. The state of being of your sacredness now provides a platform a space for grace, yeah, a context. Take a deep breath. I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I am sovereign. The masculine, the will, the power, dear friends, to express those feelings, to assert those values, to achieve those desires. Your sacredness creates the highest vibration, dear friends, to know and honor your worth, to surrender to knowing that you do deserve, that you have always and will always deserve, dear friends. You are deserving. In your sacredness, you see that, you recognize that, you remember that. Take a deep breath. Let it in. Open up. Let it be, dear friends. And that I am sovereign. That I can, from this place of goodness, beauty, and truth, align my own free will, my power, my passion, my purpose, out into my future, out into the highest future, for myself, for humanity, and for this world. I call forth all the dreams and desires of my soul and spirit to guide me, to inspire me, to empower me, to uplift me, to clear away the clutter, the doubts, the fears, the worries, the judgments, the regrets, the anxieties, to step forth, to shine forth, to soar forth, to come forth, dear friends, yeah, in the beauty and brilliance of your soul and spirit, in harmony and balance, dear friends, as one. The divine feminine, the sacred, the divine masculine, the sovereign, the queen and the king of co-creation, dear friends. Yeah. Take a deep breath. It is from this place, dear friends, that you are invited to speak your word. Yeah, as we speak a word for you and with you, dear friends, whenever you like. Higher self, Holy Spirit, all that is as me. I come forth as a representative of the human family, and I stand in humility, and I stand in grace, and I stand in truth, calling forth all that humanity has asked for, sought after, reached to be, wanted to believe. I let myself be that instrument. I let life love me as I let myself be loved by all that is. Take a deep breath. Father, Mother, God, God, Goddess, all that is, infinite Holy Spirit, shine your light and share your love through me and to me. Let this day me know my blessings, and let this day me be the blessing that you would call me forth to express, to experience, to be, and to become in the perfect time and the perfect way, with good for all and harm to none. I know it is so. I know it is done. I let it be. Take a deep breath. Imagine in every direction and in every dimension that your personal life experience and your eternal spiritual nature are in harmony and balance here and now in this moment and forevermore. That you step outside of time and space when you like and as you are called to shine your light and share your love, dear friends, to be the light worker, the visionary, the dream weaver, for yourself, for your loved ones, for your communities, for the earth, and for humanity. It's your time, dear friends, and you are called. It's your time, dear friends, and you've heard and answered the calling. It's your time, dear friends. Know that we're with you every step of the way. Dear friends, we bring you back to this time and space, grateful and thankful with you, knowing that all is well for you. Be at peace. We'll meet again. Peace and blessings. Namaste. Thank you.